Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to do an stitch together. I stitch, you get as well a project, and you stitch well with me while you listen to me. You start doing some progress with your whips. I'm Tani. I'm Tani Tells a Stitcher. This is the channel, the name of the channel, and I will just talk about how I started with the cross stitching, and kind of like gonna try to remember what I mentioned in the Spanish video and to share that here today with you. And the thing is that since Spanish is my mother tongue, I started doing floss tube in Spanish. My first two floss tubes were in English, and I have friends and family that they don't know, they can understand or speak English, so they really wanted to be part of as well of this journey, so they recommended to do it in Spanish. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know if there's gonna be people watching me and whatnot. But I started doing the floss tubes in Spanish, and I'm really happy because the community in English and in Spanish is awesome. So sometimes I'm gonna be sharing. I'm gonna share the same projects in English as well, in the videos when I do them in English or in Spanish. But of course, the way how I speak and I express myself is way different in both languages. Like in both languages, I'm just myself, but in a different version. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, the way how I speak, how I move, I always say it's kind of like a joke. You cannot just translate a joke. It's just not funny anymore. If the joke is in English, it's funny because it's in English. But once you just want to do the translation to Spanish, it's not funny anymore. Or reverse, So, or sometimes I'm gonna forget stuff, like I will show something while I'm recording the video in Spanish, and then I won't share it in the English because I forgot or otherwise as well. For example, the retreats and the workshops that I do, they're in English, so this one I will mention or talk about that in the Spanish floss tube, but I won't invite them because they don't speak English, and reverse as well. So it's gonna be like 80% the translation English to Spanish, Spanish to English, and then the other 20% is like something unique for that community, that language community, if I'm making sense. And well, now just a little bit about me. So I don't remember how I learned how to stitch. I just know that I started stitching, and everything went back to 2020, I guess. When it was COVID. Because before COVID, I did, years ago, I played the violin, and then I also did some painting in canvases. But then during COVID, I was already pregnant, and then COVID happened, and I continued doing or painting in canvases. But then once my daughter was born, it was either I sleep, I take a shower, I eat, or I paint, my hobby. And then she started growing, and it was harder for me to put everything ready to paint. And then start I don't know, she will wake up or cry, or she will need me, and then it was too much work. It was more work putting everything ready and away than what I was doing. So I was just looking some stuff online, and then Instagram, they share, or they always show you stuff, or I don't know, they're too smart, the cell phones and everything, that they hear what you talk, and then they start showing me like painting by numbers. And I was like, well, this sounds interesting. I ordered a kit just to try, and I was like, it's nice, but man, I don't know. I mean, it's like you're limited to just create what they have. I don't know. And then because of this, I started receiving promotions about cross stitching kits. And I was like, oh, this is nice. This is something that I can start doing, and I can just put it aside and take it again, and it's not too messy like painting. So voila, that's how I started it. So I ordered my first kit, and that one is the one that I stitched for my mom. I talk about that one in my first floss tube. and it's my mom drinking a coffee in an autumn day. So that was my first kid. It was huge. For me, it was huge because it was the first one, so it was like massive. And that's how everything started. And right now I have like all this bunch of fabrics and like my own, and yeah, all the DMC colors, you know, from 1 to 3 1,800 and something. And I make my own kits, or I already buy the kits, you know, where you have all the threads, the chart and everything, and the fabric, or I already have the fabric and the colors and I get the chart, and then I just prepare my own stuff or some conversions and so forth. So that's how I am right now. Like, I have a lot. And I started the floss tube this summer while I was in Panama. And I remember I told my husband, like, so I remember I talked to my husband, like, yeah, I started watching floss tubes. You know, how I came up with that, I have no idea. Probably somebody mentioned it in one of the Facebook groups that I follow or something, and then I got addicted to it because, yeah, it's just nice to stitch while you see some projects or other new charts out there. So I got addicted to it, and you know, YouTube start sharing a lot of things with you, and then all these girls started to pop up in my home page on YouTube, and in different languages as well, you know. So I told my husband, like, well, you know, there's people out there doing floss tube, and either English is their mother tongue or not, and they have all this follower and people wants to see what they're working on. So maybe I can try as well. And he was like, yeah, why not, just go for it. And then I was like, because my mom and my grandma, those are the two person who suffer a lot, because I'm always sharing everything with them, like, look at this chart, or I'm working on this, and pictures and talking about that. So even if like nobody watched my video, it's just like a nice feeling just to talk in front of the camera and show my projects. And then I'm like, maybe one day in 2035 somebody will be watching these videos, you know. I don't know, it's just nice. And it kind of like gave a break to my mom and my grandma as well. So I started the channel, and then, as I mentioned it in the beginning, some friends were like, yeah, but we don't understand, but it's nice to see your face, and you're really happy, and you look so happy showing what you're working on, and it's awesome, like everything that you get to do by hand. And then because because they suggested to do it in Spanish, I started it, and as I already mentioned, it's really nice to have them in both languages. And of course, if you're here and you want to get the one in English, I'm gonna start placing an English flag on the videos, so then you know those are in English, and then the Spain flag or a Spanish flag, so then you know it's in Spanish. And I mean, if you want to learn some Spanish, you can also go and watch those videos. Then what else can I talk about? Well, I don't know what else can I get to mention. Well, I don't remember as well what I was talking about the first stage with me in Spanish, but anyway, just a little bit about me again. So I'm from Panama. I was born there, I was living there, then time passed by. I met my husband, he's from Belgium, and I met him in Panama. We started a long distance relationship, and then he proposed me to get married. We got married. We got married in Panama, and then we decided to come to live in Bruges. So I've been here since 2016, I believe. And now we have a daughter. She's 4 years old now. We have as well two bulldogs, sorry. One is a French bulldog and the other one is an English one. And the English one, her name is Araya, and she's 4 years old, so it goes the same year than my daughter. And the Frenchy one, her name is Kiwi, and she's now 8 years old, so she's my oldie. Then the English, oh my god, she's like another child because she misbehaves. She's, oh my god, I don't know, she's a crazy stuff. And it's funny in a way because if something happened at home, I'm like, what happened here? And my daughter is like, it was Raya, mama, it was Raya. Like, even like sometimes when she eats a chocolate or something, and I was like, who ate the chocolate that was on the table? My daughter would be like, it was Raya, mom. I know Raya, it wasn't Raya, but it's just like, oh my god, she doesn't have anyone else to blame, so she blames Raya. Never Kiwi. She defends Kiwi in a crazy way, like you cannot mess with Kiwi, but then the rest goes to Raya, and you can just do whatever you want to Raya, which is a bit sad, but yeah, I don't know, I love them both, but it's just funny how my daughter, treats them differently. And then yes, my life with the stitching is really nice because it's my me time. It's the time that I used to reconnect or to connect to something different. Like if I had a really stressful day, I know I can just stitch maybe 10 or I don't know, 10 to 20 stitches, and that relaxes me, that calms me down. It's just a nice feeling, even though sometimes I don't manage to stitch anything, but I just take the thread and I just place it inside the needle and then just put it back to the needle minder. It's a life changing. I don't know, it's just nice, it's mentally nice. And yeah, I just like that, one stitch at a time and you have a beautiful project, and I just really love that. So so I could say that like one of the things that I like or I love the most about cross stitch is how can I say it, is how like it teaches me that things doesn't have to be perfect right away. Like I think that's something that everybody knows, but people think sometimes that you're stitching, you just read the chart, you place the X in the square, and that's it. But no, you also make mistakes in life. You make mistake in this hobby, and I bet in whatever other hobby you also make mistakes, and that is okay. That gives you the time to take a break, to pause, to breathe, and to make adjustments as well. Like, for example, talking about cross stitching, you make mistake, you frog, right? Or and you start again. Then or they suggest this a color thread that you may don't have in your stash, you take a different one, and at the end you're still gonna have a nice result, even though you did it your way. Like some changes in the charts, like some change in colors, or you stitch one too many or one too less, or you follow the chart like exactly the same. It's just nice to see the result, and it's amazing. So it doesn't matter that you make mistake, everything is gonna be fine, because I don't know, it's just life, I guess. But anyway, it's just magic. Let's just say like it's just magic. So yes, don't rush. If you make mistake, don't rush. You have time to frog and to start again, and I think that's with life. Right after COVID, or during COVID, when my daughter was born and I started cross stitching, is just way different. It's just, I don't know, I find that stitching brings me joy. It makes me really happy. It's just, I don't know, I cannot put it in words. It's just like, if you stitch, you may know what I'm trying to say. And Why? Well, I think that the time that we take to stitch, or that I take to stitch, to focus, to relax, is a gift that we give to ourselves, you know. It's not that everything in life has to be perfect or done quickly. And the beauty in taking time to enjoy the project, the process, sorry, um, and yeah, to enjoy the process and the projects that we make, whether if it's for ourselves or for somebody else, is special, you know. This is not a job. I stitch because I like, so that means that I stitch the project that has a meaning for me, or for my daughter, or for my mom, for my grandma, and so forth, you know, or for a friend. But it has to be a short that I really love, otherwise it's gonna feel like a job, you know. So I do enjoy that, and it's really special. And so I like to stitch, like for example, in this time that is gray, that it gets dark really fast, I like to stitch something with bright color, something that makes me happy. And like right now I'm working in this fourth season by Emma by Stitch Rovia, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it good. And that was my goal. Like, I was stitching the winter in summer because I knew now that it's autumn and winter is coming. I would like to work with a brighter color, so that's why I'm stitching now the summer and later on the spring. And yeah, just stitching, it's just, I don't know, it makes me happy. um so yeah, so today I encourage you to keep stitching with love, to go out, to go at your own pace, and to not worry about being perfect or finishing fast. Every project is a reminder that life is also like a tapestry of stitches. Sometimes we make mistakes or have to go back, but that's how we learn, and yeah, we grow. And that's it for today. Thank you all for being here, for being part of this journey. And let's just keep stitching, sharing, and finding joy in the little details, because when we stitch, we aren't just making something beautiful, you know, we are making memories and moments that are truly ours. So let's enjoy the journey together, and remember, one stitch, one day at a time. Bye. See you in the next stitch with me at the end of the next month. Bye bye.